If you live inside of Calendar and Reminders, iOS 27 has some new and very useful features, with Apple quietly threading Apple Intelligence through them in a way that makes the everyday stuff just feel faster. So let's jump right into what's changed, starting with the Calendar app. And the headline here for Calendar is natural language event entry. So you can now describe an event the way you would say it out loud. And as you would type, Calendar identifies the people, dates, and places that you mention and lets you tap to add that info. So you type something out like meeting at 2 p.m. with Eric on July 14th, and it recognizes those pieces. Then you tap on the name and make sure you select the right person. And the one thing I do want to set expectations here for is it's not as fluid as something like Fantastical. You can't just type that sentence and have it file itself perfectly because Calendar doesn't do the same automatic date swapping. By default, it adds the event on whatever date is currently selected. So to send it to July 14th, you still have to tap the July 14th suggestion that pops up above the keyboard. The time is the one thing that will be handled automatically, so when you type it in, it sets it without you needing to tap that. So here you see it's 2 p.m. It's better than before, just not fully like Fantastical yet. Reminders also get the same natural language treatment, and honestly, it feels a little bit more useful here. You can describe a reminder, and it will autofill the details that you mentioned, so date, time, and location all get picked up automatically. You type get groceries at 6 p.m. tonight or send the photos to John tomorrow at 4 p.m. and it drops the right time onto the reminder. Now this one, because it is a beta, still not totally consistent. Sometimes it fills everything in on its own and sometimes you need to tap the suggestion underneath to lock in that date and time. One side effect of this change is that Apple removed the little menu bar at the bottom of the new reminder screen. So if you want to add something like an image or a flag now, you go through the details interface instead. Moving back over to the Calendar app, event editing got a bit of a cleanup here. The editing interface is a bit simpler and it's quicker to get to time adjustments. If you change how often an event repeats, Calendar can intelligently apply that change across all the events in the series. And Siri can handle event editing as well, which ties into a bigger point I'll come back to in just a quick second. Both apps also pick up a new extra-large widget size that takes up an entire home screen page. This is also a little bit of a gesture towards the new iPhone Ultra because why would you want your entire home screen to be taken up? I mean, not that you wouldn't on a standard slab phone, but the iPhone Ultra foldable makes a lot more sense to have a giant calendar widget or a giant reminders widget. But if you want your full day or your whole to-do list front and center, you've got the option now on your current iPhone. The piece that ties all of this together, as I mentioned earlier, is Siri. The new Siri has full access to your entire calendar and can add events with natural language requests, so anything you can't pull off with the in-app typing, you can just ask Siri to do, and that's kind of my preferred method. And it's noticeably more capable than it was before. It does a better job putting events on the correct day and time, and it handles parameters like repeating events. You just describe the event and it gets it done. It can also pull events in from other apps like Mail and Messages, and it can search across both Calendar and Reminders at the same time. So it actually knows your schedule and what's on your to-do list when you actually ask it this time. Huge difference than what it was before. Another piece worth calling out here is visual intelligence, which now supports adding multiple events at once from a schedule. So if you've got a document with a list of dates, like a kid's sports practice schedule, you can take a picture of it and drop all of those dates into Calendar in one shot instead of typing them in one by one. For anyone juggling a busy household calendar, this is obviously going to be that huge time saver. I wish I had this before I input my kid's baseball schedule. Would have been super helpful to have all of those in the right spot without having me to manually do it one by one. Rounding out the reminder side, grocery lists got improved sorting and now supports more languages than before. And if you're into shortcuts, there's a batch of new reminders actions, including create group, create list, create section, and the matching delete actions for groups, lists, and sections. There's also a new get what's on screen option that you can use with reminders. So that's everything new in Calendar and Reminders in iOS 27. And if you found any of these new features useful, drop a like, drop a comment, let me know in the comments down below what you think is super useful. How do you use your Calendar and Reminders app? I just love hearing about people's setups for productivity. I need to improve mine myself. Let me know down in those comments. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.